I hate going to bars because of the money thing. And I don't really drink anymore. I haven't drank in 2 years now. Don't clap, I'm not sober. Very high right now, and I've done more cocaine in this last 2 years than I have my whole life. It's been an adventurous time. I had to quit drinking. I have anxiety really bad. Like the last time I drank is when I realized that I had to fucking stop. I got super hammered, and throughout the night, I thought I lost my wallet. And I started crying. Because the wallet, little backstory on this wallet, it was a gift from a girl who had dumped me recently, like 2 years before that. So I was raw, man. I still had some brand new feelings popping forth. So I thought I lost this wallet, and I was fucking being a real bitch about it. I was just crying, and I was blacking in and out, though. I don't really remember all of the night. And the thing I remember most, though, is I came to, and I was sitting underneath a train stop that was being rebuilt, so they had like blocked off the road. So in my head, I'm just like, oh yeah, crying room. They let me go cry at this intersection that they've kindly marked off. They knew. And I just remember looking up, because I heard people yelling my name. Not my name. Heard people yelling Keith, strangers. They knew me. Who knows? Maybe I had talked to them for hours. I don't know. But they were like yelling up. They're just like, hey! Go cry in your room, you queer. You know what? And those are construction workers. They're in the union. You listen to them. So I did. I went home crying, and I woke up the next morning to a series of texts that was just like from my roommate, Facebook posts that I had made. And the text from my roommate said, hey man, are you okay? And then underneath that it said, by the way, your wallet's on the couch. And I was like, yeah, man, I think it's time I got over that wallet anyway. Plenty of wallets on Tinder. I am an anxious boy, though. I'm better left just like, I feel so comfortable just like kind of being nowhere, you know? Like that's where I feel not anxious. The perfect example of what I'm best used for is the apartment I live in now. I've lived in for 7 years, and for the first 4 I was like squatting. The landlord didn't know I lived there, which apparently is illegal. It's not cool. You can't just chill. I pay some rent. So I used to have to like pretend to like, first couple times the landlord would come visit, I had to like, oh, I'm just visiting, I'm their buddy. And then like the 4th time they were like, dude, you have to not be here when she comes. But I just don't, it was early in the morning and I just didn't want to get out of bed. I was fairly depressed at the time. And I remember telling my roommates, dude, just put blankets on me. And I'll just be blankets, man. And it fucking worked. Well, like it was, I remember I felt the heat of my landlord like next to me. And like I remember like, holy fuck, like this is the greatest thing I've ever done. This is great. Pretending to be nothing is the pinnacle of my life. Felt great. But I was relieved that we got away with it. And but I wanted to have a backup plan. So before she came, I went to my roommate and I'm like, dude, what are we gonna do if she catches me? And he thought for 5 seconds and he goes, all right, dude, if she catches you here, I'll just say we're fucking. And I'm just like, why? That's so many lies you could have told in between that. I thought of 12 in the span that you were. And he was like, cuz dude, it's like, you know, it's like the future and shit. She's got to be cool with our man love. And I'm like, yeah, she can be upset. Like she has to be cool with our gay love, but she can still be pissed that I'm living here. And now you've thrown me into this like gay roommate shit. I don't have the fucking charisma for that. All right? I'm blankets. I've established what I am. Just let me be blankets. That's the best analogy for my personality I've ever come up with. I'm soft and warm for like 4 months, and then you gotta throw me the fuck off of you. Start cuddling with other blankets, you know? You know, I'm a nice blanket. I'm anxious. I don't like going to bars, really. Which sucks for this job because I do it mostly in bars. And when I'm on stage, it's fine. Like, there's a lot of people in here, but you're all looking at me. And, like, I forced you. It feels great. There's a lot of power up here. I feel invincible. But when I walk into a bar and nobody's paying attention to me, you have to earn your friendship. And that's when I fucking panic. Because bars, there's music playing, people are screaming at each other. And what my anxious brain tells me when that happens is that everybody saw me coming around the corner and we're just like, all right, he's on his way. Let's pair up and start without him. It's like musical chairs with friends. I'm left out every fucking time. It's bad. It's in those moments where I miss being a fat guy. And I'll give this a little more context. Over the last 5 years, I lost well over 100 pounds. I used to be very round. Thank you. But I miss it now. Like, I miss that part of my life. Look, when I was fat, people referred to me as a teddy bear, and they cheered when I ate. It was fucking great. It was a wonderful life. And then I lost all of that, and I feel like people have no context for me now, where it's just like, oh, you know Keith? He's depressed. He's just a normal guy now. You also find out the fucking truth when you lose a shitload of weight. Like, people my whole life were just like, oh, you're a bigger guy, Keith. You look great. Don't worry, you wear it well. And then when I actually lost weight, people were just like, you look fucking fantastic. And it's just like, what about before? And they're like, oh, we were just maintaining the friendship. That was pure lies. But you look hot. You can take it. So you can take our deceit because you look better. So I miss being fat in like social situations like that where I'm anxious because I feel like it's more socially acceptable to be anxious in public if you're bigger. And just think about it. If you go to a bar or a party and you see a larger person off to the side kind of seeming anxious or sad, whether you think you're a total dick or not, your first reaction is like, yeah, obviously. It's a fat person at the party. They're here to be the nicest person and to tell us what album this Vampire Weekend song is on. It's an important job, and I crushed it at that job. Because if you put that same anxiety in a more slender frame, your first thought is, who brought the fucking murderer to the party? This guy is going to murder us all or start scream singing Vampire Weekend later. And we don't want either of those things. I have a hard time explaining this to people, though, when I talk about how I, like, kind of miss my fat shield that I could just, like, go away. Because people always go to the vanity aspect of it. They're always just like, oh, you look so much better. Why would you want to go back to being fat? And then they, like, bring in sex. Like, you probably didn't get laid that much when you were fat. And that's 100% true. Total fat virgin. Didn't touch a lady while I was large. But here's the thing. Like, so much changed about, like, my physical appearance, my confidence. I did get a little bit more confident, but the one thing that will never change is that my brain will always fuck with its shirt on. You gotta keep those emotional man boobs at bay. You don't want your daddy issues flopping around when you're trying to please a lady.